push this. Oh, they're coming right at me. Two of them. Two doe. Steve, two doe. Well, guys, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Welcome to Hartung Family Farms, kind of. And today, it is the last and final day of Iowa's first season shotgun. So, we are going a little bit later because we are honestly pretty close to being tagged out. We have 3 tags to fill. Have at least 3 tags, I'll forget. 3 for sure buck tags. We're mainly going to be big buck hunting today. We have 22 deer down. That's a lot of meat. That's a record for us. So, we're not really needing to absolutely go out and slay a bunch of deer, so we're just going to go out and run our 3 bread and butter drives at most and see what we can see. We're down on numbers, so we'll just have to see what happens. But we more than likely, we're hopefully going to see some deer today. We're hopefully going to get some shots in, but at minimum, we're going to go have fun. We're going to stay safe, and we're going to get going. So I'm a little late. I'm heading down to the car wash right now. I've been doing some work and some editing. Yeah, it's been whatnot. But anyway, just before we get going, I appreciate all the support in the videos, guys. I know, like I said, we've had some good discussions in the comments. Some of you guys may disagree with the type of hunting, the form of hunting that we do, deer drives, but it is perfectly legal. We are very safe about it. Like I said, just keep in mind, guys, the camera does not show it justice for everything about that we do. You know, I have it in super wide view. It is on our head, so you guys aren't seeing the most correct angles. But in my opinion, we have been safe for just about every single shot and every single thing that we have done. There has been a couple things which I have appreciated some of you guys pointing them out. But regardless, we're gonna get going. And let's see what we can do today.
Alrighty, good morning. It is Wednesday, day 5 of first season Iowa shotgun deer hunting season 2023. You got the Bob man here and you got Bud man driving over there. We have a nice late morning today. We have only a couple tags left to fill. We got to sleep in, which is probably good for us old men, so we can actually, you know, relax a little bit, do some R&R. But we're gonna head at our meeting spot and think of the next game plan.
It's gonna be another gorgeous day. I'm still fighting a cold.
Hello. What you got going on right now is the meeting of the minds, or the meeting of the no minds is what I like to say. Sometimes I think it takes our group 60 minutes to watch a half an hour. But what we're doing right now is devising our plan, what we're gonna do for our next drive, and then we're gonna try to get everyone set timeline wise and hope for the best, and then hopefully try to get all of our deer early in the day so we can call it a day, clean some deer, and away we go. I'm not the best at remembering what properties, so they just tell me where to go and I go there.
Bobby showed you we got our formulated plan. We are gonna head up to the Ernst farm now. I thought we were going to the other farm, but hey, oh well. I'm just grabbing my stuff and we're gonna head out.
So you got the Pac-Man here in beautiful Jackson County, Iowa. We're out the Ernst farm. We're gonna do some deer slaying today. The boys are gonna go get set up for the drive. We're gonna kill deer. Better shut my truck off.
Well, I'm pretty sure my back still hurts from firing once on this heavy-ass 12 gauge. I'm soft.
You are soft. Alrighty, we are just about ready to start the drive. We'll get across the fence into private property, load up, see what we see. They said a buck and 2 doe kicked behind James's truck there and went into the timber, so don't know how that happened.
Rip my pants.
What'd you do that for?
Well, I didn't rip it where I normally do.
Okay, so we can spread out. Bobby, you just go to the hilltop. Nick, you can just walk in here. I'll go over. So now I can load up. On my Mossberg 435, I can carry 1 in the chamber, 5 in the tube. So it's definitely a lot of lead I can fling if I need to. Hopefully you never need to, but like I said, we already had 3 deer kick over. So now we'll wait another 5 minutes so we'll start the drive. All right, it's been about 10 minutes or so. We're starting the drive. So those deer busted out this way. I was actually looking at the weather. Makes sense why they busted out. We got a southwest wind, so wind like this with the blockers coming in the timber. They probably smelled them and got the heck out of Dodge. So it's not the greatest wind for this right now, but unfortunate. But I mean, it's gonna be what it is for 1. But for 2, we should have been ready. We should have been sitting right where we were before the blockers came in. That would have been smarter. Oh well. So now I'm gonna push this right side. Nick's gonna push the left side. Bobby's gonna be up on top. And yeah, we'll see how this goes.
We're starting our first drive of the day. It's probably, what, 10 o'clock? I don't know. I could have slept in a lot more than I did, but I froze my butt off for the last hour as we're waiting for the blockers to get set. So Ronald waved me on. You can probably see him over there somewhere, I don't know. We're gonna be walking. We have less people today, but we'll try to zigzag, get some deeries.
Well, hello everyone. You got the Budman back here. We just set up for drive number 1. Had a late start today. Guys went out and did a little socializing last night. But I got a new camera today. It's actually attached to my gun. Never used it before. We're gonna try it. So there I am. So far, day 5. 1, 2, 3, and 4 were successful. Now we'll see what day 5 brings. So 11 guys today, and we'll see what happens.
We're just set up. Ducky's down to my right in the orange. They're driving from this way, pushing all the deer down to us. We got blockers in that bean field over there. And it's just pushing, driving. Shoot, we got a couple tags yet to fill. Got a nice view here. But a lot of times the deer will circle back from the evergreens straight ahead and try to get out down below here. So I wanted to get a nice high spot so I can shoot down safely at them and hopefully bag them before they get into the neighbor's timber, which is right down this fence line here. So we'll keep you posted during the hunt.
Really, during the week, we definitely have a lot less people. Just because, you know, during the weekend everybody has off, but, you know, later in the week you gotta use vacation. Because, you know, we obviously don't deer hunt for a living, especially with the YouTube channel and all. But yeah, I don't make that much money off of these. So, can't do this full time. So that's why we have less people during the week. So when we do that, we have to make some sacrifices because, you know, in places, ideally I'd like to have another guy up here, another guy in between Nick and Bobby, but we don't have the people. So we just gotta make sacrifices, hope the deer don't bust out. And yeah, just much harder to kill deer. What's that? Oh, I'm talking to the deer. Butter them up a little. So because we are few and far between, I'm actually probably going to be a little bit louder than what I normally would be. And we're definitely going to take the slower. We're going to try and zigzag. Just to try and, like I said, cover as much ground as we can. So that's what we got to do. Things we got to sacrifice. But like I said, I'm being a little bit louder. Normally we like to be quiet when we walk through the woods so we can, you know, get the deer moving a little bit. But because we don't have the people, want to make our presence known as a driver so that way they know not to come towards us. At least that's the thought. I don't know if it's the right thought or not.
Just saw some turkeys. Gobble gobble. Also, I didn't show you this yet, but jumped over a barbed wire fence and I ripped my pants.
So this drive isn't horrible normally, but it does get pretty thick and steep up ahead. This part isn't bad because there's cows and stuff in here, but up ahead, no pasture, no cows. Not a lot of stuff running through besides wildlife, so it gets pretty thick. A lot of deer crossing in through here. They go under the fence here instead of over. Just so because of the fur fence. I'm out of shape. Robert, go to your left more. You're too far forward. Yeah, Nick, you're good to keep going. We're falling behind. Well, this is just fun trying to keep everyone in line. Like I said, we're just having to talk a lot more and we're just really wide right now. It's just hard to keep a good line for a wall for deer not to come through. But I haven't seen or heard anything yet. A lot of deer tracks through here, so a lot of them.
This looks like a fun thing to cross. Let's see how stable it is. If it's stable, we'll do it. Oh yeah.
Oh, ouch. Did find me a walking stick, which definitely helps. So I know by these evergreens, or these pine trees where they are, I can start making my way up the hill. Because it's getting narrower. There's a blocker right there. So I am going to chat a little bit about why we deer drive. Some of you guys don't agree with it, but this has been a very common hunting practice. And yes, this is hunting. It does require, in my opinion, more skill than sitting in a stand waiting for stuff to come to you, or sitting in a heated blind. Sitting in a stand actually is pretty tough, but see you guys try walking through all this timber with a lot of side slopes and burrs and getting cut up, and it's not easy. So I think this actually is a very valid form of hunting. If you don't agree with that, that's fine. You don't have to watch it. But this is a very fun thing that we do. Good camaraderie. Good way to thin the herd, and that's the biggest reason, thinning the herd, because the herd in eastern Iowa is very large. If we didn't do this, if we didn't have this form of management that is regulated by the DNR, it is a very common practice here. If it's not managed like this, then the deer population would be a lot more rampant. We'd have more crop damage, we would have more accidents. It just wouldn't be good. So that's how we deer drive.
All right, I just crossed this thing. I think my GoPro keeps on dying, but we made it.
Now I'm getting out and set aside. The timber is narrowed up, so we don't need 5 guys in there. I'm gonna come out here, kind of just be like the safety net, because the timber kind of goes down and around. So I'm gonna be up here now for if and when they bust out. So this is called set aside, or CSR, Conservation Reserve Program. CRP, sorry, not CSR. Just a natural habitat, just prairie grass, perfect habitat for pheasants, deer, turkey, all the above. And we're actually looking at putting some CRP in some of my dad's ground, which is gonna make that piece phenomenal. But no shots yet, we'll see what happens. There's a turkey. Wonder what spooked that thing. Yeah, so CRP is a pretty cool program. Like I said, it is a government program where the government gives you a fraction of what you would make if you had ground and crops. But you know, it's a way to basically return land back to a more natural habitat. I wouldn't say it's natural, but you plant grasses, you manage it, you burn it, you know, all to make things a better habitat for deer, turkey, wildlife, pheasant. Something got chewed to bits here. Bigger animal too, like a deer or something. So I don't know exactly how long until the drivers push this. Oh, there, right at me. Right at me. 3 doe. Yeah, right there. Like I said, we're only buck hunting, but coming right at me. Good thing I was up here. I'm guessing they're wrapping around. They haven't made it yet, but I'm guessing they saw the blockers. We got blockers there, blockers at the bottom of the hill. They ran them. We're gonna come out to me, but nope, I was there. So that's a good sign, because if does are still in there, then the bucks are definitely still in there. Man, what are the odds? I literally just turned the camera on. I didn't think there'd be any deer in here. Oh, I lied. I was wrong. Yeah, they came out right there, and we're gonna run right through me. Talk about perfect spot. Problem is I don't know where to go, since they already know I'm here. Is it better for me to stay here, or I don't want to move back towards the drivers? I think I kind of want to move down there just a little bit. Coyote right there. I'm gonna blame him if he comes. Because like I said, the drive has gotta be just about over. So that coyote was coming up towards me. He must have saw me and went back down in there. There he is. I don't have a shot. If he would have ran out towards me, he was dead. Right there, if you guys can see. That's where he is. Lucky. I don't shoot coyotes often, except when I'm driving. And I'm driving. So they had a green light for me. Oh, and you guys might be wondering, well, why the heck was your sight at? Well, figured out yesterday that I must have fell and got my sight all goofed up. I was shooting 2 feet low. My sight is off my gun today. Going back to the old iron sights, which sucks too because I sighted it in earlier this year. Oh well. Okay, drive's got to be done. So I'm actually, oh man, I almost got a stick in my back. That hurts. So drive's gonna be got to be done. So I think I'm gonna head down this way. Hey, I got to see some deer at least. I got to see them before they saw me. They kind of ran out to right here, eyed me, and then beelined it back towards there. So they either busted back through the drivers, or we weren't gonna shoot them because they're skinheads. Like I said before, we're buck hunting today because we got all our deer cleaned up, and we only want to clean another deer if it's a monster, which we definitely will. But so yeah, we weren't gonna shoot them. So I'm guessing they either doubled back or they kind of busted out right next to a blocker.
That were about 20 yards from me, and it would have been too small. Would have cost me a 30-pack of beer, and I would have got by the rest of the group. So this drive is over. Still have a couple of tags to fill. I didn't hear any gunshots during the drive, so anyway, I'm going to sign off here from beautiful Jackson County, Iowa.
And of course, right as I turned the camera off, a turkey was sitting right here and scared the living bejeebus out of me. Dang thing. Oh, make my way down the cedars.
Well, we just finished drive number 1, and I saw a small buck and 2 does. I couldn't get a shot at them. So thick up there, as you can see. It's pretty thick. These guys here didn't do any blamming either. Looks like we got somebody walking down the hillside up here. So let's gather up the troops and go to the next drive.
Okay, drive is done. I'm the last one to head down the hill. I'm gonna go do the next ones.
Buck and 2 does.
Where'd they go?
Probably the same ones you saw up there.
Oh, I guess I saw 3. I didn't see the horns, but I didn't see them.
Little 6-pad.
Yeah, probably. I should have looked at the wind beforehand. I didn't realize we should have been sitting on that side of the field instead of sitting in our trucks. Because especially for how far out the valley he was, I guarantee you.
3 deer from across. Does? Look like a buck and 2 does.
So they must have doubled back on top of you then. Because they were going to bust out the CRP, saw me, and then tailed it back that way.
We didn't come right down the hill here. They
What?
had probably 50 yards. In the thick.
Oh, so they came to you, came to Steve, came to me.
Just come around and wrapped it.
Where were you? Were you sitting basically just right on the top of that hill on the fence?
On the top of that bluff looking down. I mean, I couldn't see anything here.
Yep.
But I had an angle down the fence line.
Yeah, I guarantee that's exactly what they did. You, me. See that coyote?
Yeah.
Just about shot at that guy.
Me to butt away from it. That bluff was down below. And I thought, okay, I'm smoking this. I went, put my gun on fire, click.
He was coming right at me too, and then he saw me before I saw him, and had him going right towards the tree stand, or that ladder stand. I want to do this.
Southwest, 15 to 20 mile an hour gusts.
Got to push this that way.
Enough guys to do it at both at the same time.
Do 2 drives.
Shorter walk, but you're going to have a bit of an uphill.
I did it last time.
But whatever it is for you.
Yeah, I'll do that. But I'll just ride with you.
What do you call it?
Did I not tell you?
Do you have any cow jokes?
Oh,
I do.
Let's hear it.
you got an extra guy then.
What do you call a cow that just gave birth?
What do you call a cow that just gave birth?
Bottom somewhere.
Decaffeinated.
Unless you want 2 guys on that hillside.
Weak. You can do better tomorrow.
Really? Yeah. I don't know where the hell we were. I just went about where I thought we were after I seen him.
Tell them about it, James.
JC Woodworks LLC. I can make a nice plaque for your nice Iowa buck. Contact me, Facebook.
If you need your woodworking stuff done, contact James.
Alrighty, so that first drive we had, apparently those 3 deer that I saw, one of them was a buck. I didn't see him long enough to see that. It wasn't a big one. So actually, those 3 went to my dad. He had a shot at him. They went to Steve. He had a shot at him. Then they went to me, and they probably doubled back around the drivers. But other than those 3 deer that kicked out early and those 3 deer that I saw, nothing else in there. So we're actually going to start. Normally we push this hollow at the same time, this one and this one, but we don't have enough guys, so we're going to do this one first, then this one. We actually have a south wind today, so it's south out of this way. So we're actually going to push it like this. We are just walking in right now. I'll be blocking right around here.
Okay, we're setting up for drive 2. With the south wind, we're going to push it this way. So we're setting the blockers up around here. And this is where I'm at, because this is the bottom of the finger. So we just sit here, wait till everybody gets set up, and the drivers will push it this way here. And hopefully we get a couple deer out of here that we'll get shots at. So
Straight ahead. 2 of them. 2 doe. Steve, 2 doe. Three of them.
yep, there's 3.
There it is, bedded down. Bedded down right there. They're all skinheads though. There you go. I'd stay like right here. Yeah. Yeah, you can shoot. You can shoot down that pasture a little ways if you need to. But Nick will be down there too, so. Alright, so we jumped 4 deer right in through here. I don't know what they were doing in the bottoms, but they're in the bottoms.
We just kicked up 4 deer out of here. They went down and up the hill, so we got blockers and drivers up on top of the hill. The bud man's down there around the corner a little bit. There's Ducky in his truck sitting there, so we're gonna catch anything coming across the field and hopefully get a couple deer and close out the seasons.
Man, I thought you was about to send it.
Nah, they're skinheads. Couple nice does in through there though.
What are you going for, big bucks?
That's what I'm doing, yeah.
You like to have plenty of meat.
Oh, exactly. I'd say we'll have you right by those kind of that little thicket of trees right there. You can shoot to the base of the hill. I should have like the bottom third up covered.
Okay.
So that's it right there. Straight up. Yeah, those deer were right in through here for some reason. Strange. They are out of the drive though. That's alright. Man, I am out of shape.
So we're going to be starting the second drive now. Scott and I are going to be pushing this finger that way. We're going to kind of turn into blockers. After that first drive, we got nothing, not even a shot. So hopefully we actually get some action this time.
Alrighty, so we are about ready to start. Any second now. They're gonna push this finger down and then push that finger up. And then, yeah, I got basically everything in through here. And we got blocker, 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 blocker. Just a couple leaves falling, but for the most part, pretty quiet. And the wind's coming from that way, so there's not a lot of wind that I can see because I'm protected by that hill. Hopefully we see something.
I don't know why, but I love standing on fallen trees. Just makes me feel empowered and tall.
I don't know if the camera picked that up, but I thought I just heard a doe go like, or a doe or a buck blow, like, maybe I heard some rustling up there.
Okay, Scott just talked to me. He was about 100 yards over there. He yelled at me over the valley. Told me just to go forward until I hit pasture. And then from there, he's going to loop around, meet up with me, and then we're both going to block. We're just going to sit there a little bit until we see our other drivers. So hopefully we hear some blamos.
It's a pretty comfy spot though, I'm not gonna lie. Fallen down trees make handy benches. There's a deer. So it must have ran out. It was a small one, but it must have ran out, saw the blockers in the field, and then ran back in.
Came right down the hill. He's right behind those trees.
I just saw one deer in that crossing off in the green swing up and go up there. So hopefully it goes up by the blockers.
I bet the bud man saw that thing. So it's probably running either back. I mean, we got this place surrounded, but it's either running back up the finger towards Bobby or towards Ted or Scott, or it's running back towards the drivers. Man, I'm seeing more deer today than I have all week, and we're not trying to shoot deer. We're not trying to shoot all deer.
There she is. She didn't get down to Ducky. She stopped halfway.
Scott just saw one go by. He's drawn. I don't think he's gonna shoot though. So that was one deer. Didn't even see its face. One of our drivers.
So that might have been a deer that I heard earlier. About 75 yards up around the hill, I heard a bunch of rustling and cracks and then stops. At least there's deer in here. Stupid squirrel. Thought I heard some rustling. Man, I thought for sure we'd see more deer than this. But at least I got to see the one. Like I said, I don't know how well you guys are able to see it, because it's a lot easier for my eyes to see something 100 yards away than obviously a camera. I mean, I'm doing my best with a GoPro. It's gone 4K and it's collecting a gigabyte of data every 4 minutes. That's a lot of data, but so I'm doing the best so you guys can see it, but it's just, you know, I try to make these deer hunting videos real. That's why they're all GoPros. That's why it's just dumb things. Stop making all the racket. I don't think anything's gonna be coming, so might as well just kick back, relax, and take a nap.
Drive's about done. Do a recap. I saw one deer down over there, went up the hillside, up the draw, and up that way there. So don't know where it went. Must have been too small if it went by the guys, because I didn't hear any shooting. Drive number 2 for the day. 0. So deer are winning, but we'll get one more drive in and hopefully get a couple shots off.
Man, I was just getting comfy. And I just saw the driver right there. Drive is over. So we saw deer. Nothing big, nothing worth shooting, but there were deer, because I know for sure I saw one kind of come out and see Steve and then skirt back.
We are heading back. Scott drew up on her doe, what looked like, but I barely saw her. I don't know if he had a shot or if maybe it was too small. Caleb and I are gonna head back and grab the old 4x4 and drive back down and figure out our next game plan.
Still want to know why those 4 does were just kind of sitting right in here. They weren't drinking, but they could have been, I don't know. They were milking around doing something.
We drew on 2 coyotes.
Nice.
Ran right up next to us with the fire.
You're driving. Blam them. When I'm driving, I'm not afraid to shoot them.
I didn't shoot that second one because it ended up turning towards Ted's direction.
I know there was some in there because I saw them skirt out and come back in.
Gonna take a nap there?
Cow shit.
Right?
This time we're gonna pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Should have pulled the trigger.
Well, he had one come up by him.
Just here?
On this
Just
last
up
one.
top by the fence. I was aiming on it. I didn't pull the trigger. Next one walked right in front of him, directly coming up to me. I had my handgun drawn, aimed at it, but then it turned towards him, so I didn't fire.
Is there anything that come out of that finger towards you guys? 2 coyotes. That's it.
That's it.
There's got to be a big coyote den back in there somewhere.
All right, us three will walk it. We are done with this one. We only had one doe, a nice sized doe. Steve pulled up on it, had a shot on her. Scott said it ran right past him. Like I said, it was a nice doe. If it was yesterday or any of the other days, or if we didn't have 22 deer already, probably would have shot it. But like I said, we don't need deer. We're just out here trophy hunting today. Like I said, it's fun being out with everybody, fun being out with family and friends. I'm going to walk back. Bobby and Caleb and I are going to push this side. We got basically 2 hills to push, and then these guys are going to line that valley. And we're going to call our year after that. We start the last drive of the year. Bobby, Caleb, and I are driving. The rest are blocking. Everyone else is whooped. So this is definitely the last one of the year.
So we got our blocker set up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Our drivers are come from the road all the way down here. Hopefully the deer come down here and we get a couple shots off.
22 deer so far. Got some nice bucks. I got Scott up there blocking up on the hill. Just another beautiful day in Jackson County.
You can probably just head straight up this kind of angle up there to the set aside.
Yep.
Just like I say, wait 2 minutes and let me get down there a little ways. So we are, like I said, it's pretty wide at the first and then it'll narrow up and we'll be there. So Caleb's gonna take this hillside, Bob's gonna get the top. I'm gonna go down and then over.
We are doing our 3rd and final drive of the day 5 of first season Iowa shotgun. Haven't even had a single shot today. It's been quiet, but at least the weather's been been nice, swell, I don't know, what do you call it? Not a whole lot of wind, gusts up into the 20s though. High is going to be 40 today, sun shining, gorgeous day just to be outside and enjoy the company of our comrades.
So just responded to a couple comments. So a few guys were wondering, well, why can't you use radios? That'd make it a lot easier. You're exactly, it would make it a lot easier, but using radios or communication devices in the state of Iowa is actually illegal. Just like using dogs or whatnot is as well. So right here is where I use the razor, or sorry, the general, to pull that deer up the hill. Oh, that is thick. Wow. That is some sharp vines. I'm basically gonna walk all this valley to our property line, to the fence line, then walk up the hill.
I don't know if you are able to see this, but I gotta climb that big old hill. Oh, gotta love flat Iowa. Ha, nah.
Whew. Getting tired already. Whew. So I need to keep going this way a little bit more.
Here, dearie, 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 I want some jerky. Some people do 14 footers, like, you know, 14,000 feet mountains. I'm just lucky if I can get to 1,400 feet.
There's the property line. Now I head straight west. Some deer tracks right through here. Whew, I'm gassed. Sorry for the heavy breathing. GoPro surprisingly picks up well on breathing. Here's the neighbor's ladder stand. I've never been up here before. It's actually not a bad spot. So I need to see Bobby at some point, so I think I can slow down. There's the wool barrett. So now we are in a line. See if we see anything. So with the south wind, deer are gonna wanna bust up through this way. So I might get a little ahead just to help prevent that if I can, but it's gonna be pretty hard with 3 pushers. We probably need 2 more, but all the rest of the guys are old, especially Scott. So they didn't want to walk because they're pansies.
Hard to see, but there's some blue jays up in that tree. You know how I can tell they're blue jays? They're blue.
Well, I've climbed 1 hill. Now I gotta climb, descend this one and climb the next one, and then descend and we'll be done for the year. Oh, that one was hard. Don't see anything. Last time we actually pushed it this way, there were deer kicking up to the north. This is a hard drive to do.
I almost stumbled across this one and missed it, but you can see the rub right along that. I mean, deer have been here. Don't know if they're still here.
This is a big old deer trail going up through this. Told everyone I wanted to be in line right here, so I'm gonna wait till I see the other 2. And I gotta scamper up there. So I wait here for the other 2 because they're slow. Oh, Bobby's right there. Just good thing.
I forgot to wear my wool socks today, but that's okay. My dogs like to breathe. I have size 15 shoe, so it's hard to find wool socks that don't constrict my toesies. Not a shot at all yet.
Oh, last hill climb of the year. It's a bittersweet moment. Bitter because I hate hills, but sweet and because it's the last one of the year till next year. But sweet because my feet are on fire. I just want a coyote to run right through me and Bobby. Give it a firing squad. Nope, more than likely there's no deer because right at the bottom of this next hill is the blockers, and there would have been some tooting because deer usually like to stay at least a half a hill in front of the drivers from what I've experienced in the past. So if we haven't heard any shots, probably not gonna be any. Never seen green barbed wire before. That's interesting. Yeah, the one thing I don't like about this drive, like I said, there's a uncontrolled border that we don't have. That's our neighbors. We don't have permission to hunt there. So deer can skirt out to the north anytime they want. That's why this drive is not always 100% successful because of that. Should see blockers right there. Why didn't you shoot anything? Oh, that's good. Good. There's a blocker right there. So we are DUN done for the year in 2023. How the heck am I gonna get? I gotta really climb between, shimmy between these bluffs. Yep. At least it's all downhill from here.
Well, we're about ready to come upon our blockers, and not a single shot fired today. Saw some deer, but that's about it.
That is it. 2023 is a wrap.
I think that's going to put a wrap to the 2023 deer season. They drove this down to us. No deer, but we had a great seat cap. Saturday 8, Sunday 5, Monday 5, and Tuesday 4. So 22. And then on today, Wednesday, the last day of the first day season of shotgun, we get 0. But all in all, it was a great week of hunting. Had some great friends to hunt with. We had a lot of fun. Nobody got hurt. Everybody took safe shots. And we had some adult beverages when we were finished. Right, Caleb? You look like you're sweating.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
You bet.
How do you count a herd of cows?
Tell me, how do you?
With a calculator.
Ah, what do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef.
Ground beef. Ah.
One bad choke right back at you.
Bone.
Time to go drink a little beer. Tell deer stories. Maybe put a cape on your head.
I know I'm not walking anymore.
As young as you are, spry, good shape.
I'm 46 years old. You shut your mouth.
Okay, well, you look a lot older.
Yeah. What'd you see, Caleb?
Beep!
We'll be beeping nothing.
That doe that you saw on the last drive, is it anything shootable?
That was shootable.
He came up to me down the hill, got his head over the crest, seen me, and came down Bud's way. Bud seen him go back up the timber and towards Scott. Would you have 30 yards?
30, 40 yards.
Yeah, I would have taken 4 slugs.
And a drag. That's why she's still alive.
And a drag.
Drag a mile away.
Yeah,
That's a dead deer though in a normal year.
yeah, we can be
Potentially.
choosy today.
Well, it's not like we're hurting for meat.
Been telling me that my whole life.
She's a wrap, Bud.
It's
man.
a wrap.
Close it out, Scott.
Scott.
How are we going to do this year? Get the finger up, bud. You got it in there?
Right.
Because where we at?
Beautiful Jackson County, Iowa.
We are done for the year. We're gonna pile in pickups and head back to the deer shed. No deer to clean today, but we have plenty of beverages, pork chops and cans to kill. Well, we're calling our quits for the year a little early. It's not even 2 o'clock yet. We're gonna grab us some lunch at the good old Kelmus's restaurant in St. Donatus, Iowa. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching these videos this year. They were pretty fun. We had a record year, and honestly, it was just a blast getting to hang out with everybody once again. So if you guys haven't checked out all 5 of those videos this year, be sure to check them out because there was some pretty action-packed stuff in every single video. And if you're done, if you have watched them all, go look at that hunting playlist right here-ish, and go take out the ones from last year. I've done deer hunting videos for the last 6 years, so it's pretty fun. 5 years, whatever it's been. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, take it easy, stay safe, and